Now, first week of the NFL season, obviously the week starts tomorrow, so we get to look at. We do this. I just showed you guys the result from last season that Cleveland said was distorted. I find that interesting how that was a
Quite
distorted
distorted.
view.
Quite distorted.
I just find
We're
that
gonna go with a scoreboard every week this season, ladies and gentlemen. Voice of the fans. Yeah. So going into every week, we're gonna know. Yeah.
Well, again, he says it's distorted. This is the same way we've been tracking our weeks for the last. I mean, this have to be 7 years we've been tracking our weeks like this, 7 seasons. I know I got a file that goes back to 2011, but it's kind of changed.
Wow, we have exactly one difference.
No, there's a couple. There's a couple of differences. I have Green Bay.
I'm sorry, there's two.
And I got San Francisco.
Okay.
So I can't take the Falcons. I mean, you're high on the Falcons. I'm not as high on the Falcons, but I can't take the Panthers with their rookie quarterback and kind of a faulty defensive line. I can't take them over the Falcons, who we know is going to run the ball, and at least their quarterback is not a rookie, so he has another year. He got a year ahead of Bryce Young. The only close game is I was tempted to take the Lions, but the defendants.
You were tempted to take the Lions against the Chiefs, were you? Still time to change that if you want to.
I'm good.
You okay? You okay there?
I was tempted, but I'm good. I'm good. I think the defending champs is going to be. They're primed and ready to go for this one. Bijan is going to get. He's going to get ran like. What's your guy from Murray? DeMarco Murray. He's going to get ran like DeMarco Murray, like young Marshall Faulk. They're going to run it. They're going to get every bit of 315 touches out of him this season. Every bit of it. Wentz was bad. Wentz and Ryans were bad. Yeah. So the Bucks versus the Vikings, like I'm not a high on the Vikings, but the Bucks aren't going to beat those guys. New Orleans, I think New Orleans is going to be quietly. They're going to be pretty solid. Quietly, they're going to be pretty solid. I don't think Tannehill and the young rookie quarterback is on that level. You want to explain to the folks why? I know there's a little corny theory you have about the West Coast team going east. I know that's a little corny theory you got, but is that all you're hinging on the Steelers beating the Niners?
Well, first of all, it's not a corny theory.
It's very corny. Very corny.
If you do the research, you will find out that it definitely pans out more often than not. Secondly, their best defensive players just now signing a contract. So, just finally got his head right as far as that's concerned. And then Brock Purdy against a pretty formidable defense, just saying. And it's on the road, Cam. I mean, we'll have to see how this new offense looks. I mean, they have a two-headed, running back by committee. Got some receivers that are looking really, really nice. Got one of the Watt brothers back there. Got Porter Jr. back there.
So you think a guy like Nick Bosa needs time to get warmed up? Is that what you're saying? You don't think he's been? You think a guy like Nick Bosa needs some time to get warmed up? You don't think he's been practicing? You don't think he understands the game enough?
I'm so sorry, Cam. You was quoting my coach earlier. What did he say? Something about boxing. You want to use that analogy on me real quick again?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
You're not sure what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
You're coach now. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, I see how you like to pick and choose when to use certain things. That's cool.
I don't know what you're talking about. Refresh the fans. What are you talking about? Yeah, again, New Orleans.
If you get in a box, sometimes you need to spar a little bit. He ain't been sparring.
Again, he just needs to get after the quarterback.
Ninja, wait, this is the first time that we have really 100% been on
Yeah,
opposite sides of the spectrum, man. Supreme
good call,
confidence in
Ninja.
Brock Purdy.
Supreme confidence, he says.
Goodness.
Supreme
How
confidence.
could you have supreme confidence in Mr. Irrelevant? That's tough.
Because Mr. Relevant went 9-1. Like, how is somebody ignoring 2 months of winning football in the NFL? Like, I don't understand.
It's the way he was winning
Talk
the
about
football
it, Ninja.
game.
He's getting on you, Ninja.
Wow.
You tell him, Ninja. You tell him. Yeah, he's not seeing it. He's not seeing it.
I don't have the supreme confidence that you guys have.
He picked the Steelers over them, Ninja. So yeah, Washington over the Cardinals. Cardinals are gonna stink. The Ravens over the Texans. Yeah, I got Green Bay. I'm telling you, I got Green Bay having. Green Bay is gonna be better than most people think. I got them in the playoffs. I'm looking from what I saw from Jordan Love. Like he's playing on target. He looks comfortable. He doesn't look nervous like you see a lot of these young quarterbacks look. He's
not young, Cam. He's been there for like 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah.
Well, he's been itching to get out there and play. Okay. So now he gets his chance to play, and I think we're going to see some good things from Jordan Love when he finally gets out there. The Raiders stink. So I mean, this is a battle of futility. Is the Raiders and the Broncos? Although it has some history. Both of these teams are fighting for the bottom of the division. What do you say? That's the evidence are related. I always agree, but San Fran would be great. There you go. What do you mean they were probably lose to Tomlin? Come on, Ninja, stand your ground. Stand your ground, Ninja. Don't let him talking about Tomlin shake you up.
He understands. He understands.
The Eagles and the Patriots. The Eagles is going to dominate that game. The good one is going to be that's probably the game of the day. Certainly the game of the afternoon is going to be the Dolphins traveling to the Chargers. Like that's going to be a barn burner right there. It has the potential, I should say, to be a barn burner. We'll see how Staley's defense stands up to the speedy wide receiver corps. Last year, they were able to kind of frustrate young Tua Tagovailoa by he was on that stellar pace. He was on that stellar pace, and then what the Chargers decided to do, instead of playing those quick guys up close and man to man, he dropped the linebackers back 10 yards. He dropped had the safety stay flat at that 10 to 15 yard line yard mark, and that crossing routes was not open for Tua. So hopefully McDaniels has an answer to what they saw last year that really stifled that Miami defense. So that'll be curious to see that chess game, and then Justin Herbert is on the other side of the ball, and he wants to prove and show what Miami missed out on, because Miami could have took Herbert at number 5 and not Tua at number 5, and they could have had Justin Herbert throwing to Tyreek Hill and to Waddle. What do you think about that combo? Woo! What would you think about that combo there?
Oh, Cam, they're happy with the quarterback they have, Tua Tagovailoa, franchise quarterback. The future of the team.
No,
so.
you just heard my man from Scott Hansen say this is a big year for Tua Tagovailoa to prove Tua's still on the prove it cycle. He still has to prove himself. Herbert got his big contract. Tua has to prove it. So you heard what Hansen had to say, unprovoked that was. But I think that's going to be that could be the game of the day. There certainly is going to be the game of the afternoon. Is that Dolphins at Steelers or at Chargers? Excuse me. Rams at Seahawks. That's going to be Seahawks should put up 31 on those guys. It should be like a 31-12, 31-10, 31-11, 31-14 at the most, something like that. Cowboys and Giants. Who you got we both have the Cowboys in that one. It's pretty I'm just not sold on Daniel Jones. I'm not saying sold on Daniel Jones. Not saying that he can't have a good game, but he's not going to rush for 700 yards like he did last season. I don't expect that. So the Cowboys, I expect them to handle them pretty well. Bills versus the Jets is going to be another good one, but I got Buffalo. I got Buffalo's dropping some salt, going to Jet Life Stadium as they call it, and pouring some more cold water on your guy Aaron Rodgers on his debut. What you think about that? A little cold water on your debut for you, big fella.
No, I do think that it's going to be a tough, hard fought loss for the Jets that first game. I mean, but it's just going to turn around eventually. It's just going to be full speed ahead.
I mean, eventually, like week 6, eventually.
No, like week 2. I mean, it's a tough. It's tough coming right out the chute, man, against a team that was in the semis last year. So
why would you say it's tough coming right out the chute? Because you guys don't practice, you don't play any games. There's no real. You don't use a preseason for what it's intended for.
It's a real tough game. Is
that why you say it's tough?
It's a real tough game, but
yeah, because they're not
going to make the most of it. But as you can say all you want, but eventually it's just going to cost you an elbow. So.
I mean, if they just keep losing, you just say it's a real tough game. They can't handle it. Salah's going to be in over his head, and the Bills are good. The Bills, the AFC.
What I said is that I picked the Bills to win that game.
Yeah,
because they should.
I see that. The fans can see that. The fans see that very well.
Yeah.
And has there been any distortion there, sir? I just want to clear this up. Has there been any distortion with these picks?
I said it was going to be a hard fought game. I said they should win that game. If they don't, then that's an incredible cause for concern, wouldn't you say? Especially with your elbows.
I think the Jets are going to go like 2-4 to start the season. Oh, they're gonna have some makeup room to do. Well. No, I'm not antagonizing. I'm just calling it how I see it.
No. I
don't have the Jets making the playoffs. So
it's called just being a hater. He drinks a big tall glass of haterade.
What hating on what? Because I don't have the Jets making the playoffs.
You can't see it, fans, but it's a big tall glass of haterade.
Because my glass and my water bottle's empty right now, so I don't know what you're talking about. Because I don't have the Jets making the playoffs, I'm a hater. That's what you're saying?
Just the way you're talking about it's very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I said they probably are not going to win the game. I picked the Bills to win the game, and you went on this whole other tangent like they're going to go 2-4 and 2-5, and they're not going to do this and they're not going to do that. It's like, hey, slow down. I said, first game of the season against the team that was in the semifinals last year might be kind of tough. That's all I said.
Every week's important. Every week's important, Ninja. Every week's important in the NFL. Every week is important in the NFL. You only got 17. They add up real fast. So we got the Jaguars and the Colts. The Colts are going to stink, as we talked about earlier. We got the Jaguars in that one. So do you. Our picks against the spread. Now, here's where, we can make a lot of the same picks, but why we throw this portion of the segment in there is just to kind of divvy it up a little bit. So Cleveland can't keep, Cleveland used to, years ago, he was trying to copy off my paper and make similar picks and be like, okay, if I just make 1 or 2 picks here, maybe I can overtake them, or at worst, I'll be 2 picks behind. But now we force them. We threw the picks against the spread in here, just kind of divvy it up against them. So as you see here towards the bottom of the screen, you guys can see that, right? Can you see that? There we go. Towards the bottom of the screen, right here where my mouse is. Picks against the spread right there. We got to pick every week. We pick 3 games against the spread. It could be either one of the games. We just pick 3 games every week, and then we'll go ahead and get a score down here. He did beat me, to his credit. I mean, he wasn't much better than me, but I was 40%. I was terrible last year against the spread. He beat me by 3 points, I think it was. At 3 points, I think it was. I was absolutely horrible.
Well, Cam, I would win again. So
Well, I mean, yeah, I hear you talking. I hear you talking.
You hear me talking?
Yeah. I hear you talking. Yeah. But so there's our picks. Regular pick segment. Here's our picks against the spread. And so I got San Francisco. I think they're going to beat Pittsburgh straight out. I got them straight up. And so might as well go ahead down and put them against the spread. I got Green Bay. I think they're going to beat the Bears straight up. So go ahead and take this one. Put it against the spread. The Seahawks and the Rams, again, you already heard me predict the score, something like 31-14 at the very worst. So that the Seahawks will
that is by far your best pick of the three.
Yeah. So you say. Because you're gonna get two of these wrong for sure. Minnesota, I mean, who they're playing, the Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks are gonna be challenged anyway. Minnesota and Jefferson's gonna have Jefferson will beat the Bucks in scoring on his own. Jefferson's gonna do that on his own. So that's part 2 of our pick segment, fans. That's part 2. So we have our regular picks for this for each week that we do. We use the same spreadsheet. This year is going in the Google Sheet, so both of our accountants can look it over and make sure that there's no indiscretions or disparities or distortion, as Cleveland wanted to use earlier. So this would be available, a fresh document that's available for both of us all week long. Pittsburgh will beat the spread. Pittsburgh won't beat San Francisco, buddy. So sorry about that. So we have our picks against our regular picks. Then we have our picks against the spread, and then even to make it more tough, even make it tougher. And this is where I dominated again. Not only did I win the pick segment, so I won 2 of the 3 categories. When Cleveland was just throwing stuff off, I'm gonna win this week. I got Martin Ferrall. Cleveland, you didn't win any. You won 30% of our pick segment. 30%. Because I dominate in this category as well. So we have our ratings 1 through 5. We get points for every point. We pick 5 games.
I love this early part of the season, man. Just the enthusiasm, just the optimism. It's amazing. I love it.
Again, I'm going off of evidence. I got empirical data to say how I dominate this category.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you have forensic accountants on both sides now. So yeah, we're gonna go through this.
I got empirical data. So this is how this works. Our confidence picks for every week, fans. So when you see this coming up week after week, you understand what goes into this. Of the 16 games, we take 5 teams and we give them a confidence level of where we think they're going to win. So as an example, I'm so confident in the San Francisco beating the Steelers. Not only did I pick them in my pick segment, in my picks against the spread.
Absolutely love that.
I pick them. I give them the 5. Okay, I'm beating the Steelers. Mm-hmm. Jacksonville, I give a 4. KC, I give it 3. The Seahawks, I give it 2. And Green Bay, I give it 1. So Green Bay wins, I get 1 point. Seattle wins, I get 2 points. KC wins, I get 3 points. Jacksonville wins, I get 4 points, etc., all the way up. And so these points, these are tally up and then give us a winning percentage, and we'll do this week after week after week. So you'll see a running total each week, fans. If you guys stick with the show, you see that's what I showed you guys earlier. Do I still have it up? I don't think I still have it up. Do I still have it up? I'm going to pull it up. This is a running total, fans. Can you guys see this or no? Let me stop sharing real quick. Remove. Stop share. Come back. Just so you fans, just so you guys can see every week what this looks like. And again, I got data. We can go back on this. So again, last year 283 games. All those by a small margin. A win is a win is a win, right? 65% to 64%. There he did win the picks against the spread. Again, it was a small margin, but he did win. I have to give it to him. That was just terrible. I was just horrendous all year. 40%. I was just horrendous. But then here's where I dominate. Here's my 75% in my confidence picks. I got it right 75% of the time. Cleveland got it right 70% of the time. That's data. That's data right there. You can't refute that. Where Cleveland wants to say, and here's my playoff winning percentage right there. Picks against the spread.